What we're doing, I'm going to show you, teach you just really quick about watersheds and how the body drains. Because yes, it does ultimately end up above the heart, but it doesn't go there. It doesn't. You're not going to brush straight to the heart. That's not the way that the body actually works. So watersheds, if we take the body, watersheds are little barriers that are within the body where the lymph will flow to it and it drops down. It doesn't cross over. So we're going to work within these barriers in the body, little imaginary lines on the body. So we'll start with, there's one that goes straight down, so right and left don't communicate normally. Typically, right and left don't communicate. Your next one, you've got a couple of horizontal watersheds. You've got one, if you put your thumb in your armpits, come across your chest, you've got a horizontal watershed here. So you've got lymph that'll move up this way, and you've got lymph that'll come around. Your next watershed is the last floater rib, the lowest part of your rib cage. You're going to make a belt like around your body with that. So now you've got sections. We're dividing the body into sections. From there, can I stand? I need to stand. Okay, I'll stand up really quick. So you've got one in the groin. Then you're going to follow that around the hip to the tailbone. Okay, and then from there we're going to go. There's one that's straight down, parallel through the legs, out the toes. And there's one in the arm that's going to come from your thumb. If you follow your thumb, excuse me, brush here. Follow your thumb towards your armpit. So we're going to work in each different section. So the way though that you start, you're going to be up here around the collarbone. This is where the drains are. You have a thoracic duct and a right subclavian duct. These are what actually dump back into the vascular system above the heart. So we're going to stimulate along the collarbone using just circles along the collarbone. And then remember this watershed right here that's just following along the armpit. So this section is going to be brushed up towards the collarbone. That's the way that drains. From there, this is the place to start. From there, you can really go anywhere you want to in the body. For simplistic sake here, I'm going to start with the arm and I'm going to move down the right side. Right and left, you're going to treat the same way. So top of your hand, remember this watershed that we talked about here. So the top of your hand and arm is going to come up over the shoulder to the collarbone. So you can do brushes in short little sweeps. This is the way I do it. You can move long ones all the way up over to the top. Just try to get at least 3 swipes in each area so that you're stimulating and moving. You're stimulating blood flow, nerves, lymph, everything. You're also working with, going back to vanity, you're also working with the collagen and elastin production in the skin. So those of you that have had real thin skin from steroid damage and medication damage, you can actually change that with skin brushing. You can actually get back the tone and texture in your skin with skin brushing.
So exciting.
That's awesome. So now, from your palm, you're going to come up the arm, and you're coming towards the armpit, and you're going to stop here at the top of the armpit. So palm of hand down to here. From there, when we're looking at the breast, you can brush the breast, of course, but you're going to go from areola out, the nipple out. So you're going to go like a pinwheel. You're going to come around it and out. You're not going to brush straight up and over it because the lymph doesn't work that way. This includes men. It's the same in men. The lymph pattern is the same. So if you want to do that, you can do that. What I found is if you're really working the parasternal nodes and the pectoral nodes over here, that the breast will be free to drain. But this is important when we're looking at incidences of breast cancer out there.
Avoiding breast cancer.
Yes, yes. So a little bit difficult here to show. So if you're coming up between the breasts, parasternal nodes, you're going to come over to the side here. You're going to come around the top of the breast, and you're going to come down here below it. So if we're going back to this watershed here, so we're working, this is the area we're working in, so we're going to come this way, under the breast, over liver, all of this stuff going in here, lower lung, all of this. And you're going to bring it up to the armpit. And this is an important piece here because women in particular tend to collect in the armpit. Anything you have, any pad of stuff, any gooey stuff, any hard, firm stuff, it's all congested lymph. We don't collect fat in the armpit. It's all congested lymph, so we want to work on that. So making sure when you're brushing that you're not leaving it here, that you're following through and coming all the way up over the top of the armpit. Okay, this is an important thing. So the back, you're going to come around the same as you're doing the front. Bring everything to the side and come up the armpit. do some following sweeps here to make sure you haven't left anything behind, keeping this open. And if you know, so then from there, this watershed, we're coming back to the waistline. We're actually going to go down. This is different from what you see out there in literature.
It is very different.
So we're going to go down from this waistline watershed. We're going to go down to the groin, and we're going to go all the way around the back and down to the tailbone. Remember this line that we had here, kind of like a panty line. You're going to come around the hip, so everything's going to go down. And then when you're dealing with the legs, you're just going to stay parallel. You're not going to cross inside and outside because of that watershed that goes down the middle. You're going to come from the bottom, come from your feet and move up. Important, again, to follow through to the watershed. So when you're coming up the inside, you're going to go all the way up to the top, to the groin. When you're coming up the outside, don't stop here. Bring it up. Bring it up to the watershed, back of the leg, over the butt, to the tailbone.
Perfect. These are ubiquitous. You can get these at, you know, like Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, whatever.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
And you do it when your skin's dry right before you get in the shower, yes?
Absolutely. Now, if you can't do it in the morning because your schedule says, I just can't throw one more thing in there, do it before bed. You just don't want to have wet skin. You don't want to have lotions, creams, oils. You want to have the day go by and have those absorb in.